challenge. So, well, one thing they are doing in Germany is getting smart, meaning digitization, electrification, modernization, and decarbonization. So, good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome from me to this session on smart cities in Germany. In the next few minutes, I am going to dive into the world of smart cities in Germany and give you a quick introduction to the general smart cities landscape there. Well, my name is Seema Bhardwaj, and I've been the director of Germany Trade and Invest office since last year. A major part of my job is to help Indian companies to expand successfully to Germany. Germany Trade and Invest is a German government agency that supports businesses from all around the world that are expanding to the German market with their own subsidiary. So, to do that, we offer a number of services, and the good news is that they are free of charge. We can tell you about the market you are interested in Germany, the opportunities our industry experts see, and how you can get involved. We have experts from everything from e-mobility to software to energy and healthcare. We cover most of the industries. If you want to expand your business to Germany, we use our network across the country to assist you with the selection based on your criteria. Yes? So I think now it's better. So one area that we are focusing on heavily is digitalization, digital infrastructure, and smart cities in particular. Here you see the city of Frankfurt. Many of the speakers have talked about large-scale urbanization and new megacities with more than 10 million people. However, these developments are primarily occurring in Asia. So I go forward with the graph, which is now on display here. Well, worldwide, just over half the population now lives in an urban area. In Germany, it's much higher. 3/4 of the population lives in an urbanized area. Is it? There seem to be some technical hitches here. Well, anyway, we stop it, and I can just go ahead with my, just stop the main presentation. So just leave the main slide. Then I'll go ahead from there. Okay, thank you. So Germany has actually 81 towns with more than 100,000 inhabitants. That is a high number as in European comparison. However, just 16% of German population, that is just 13 million, people live in the cities with more than 500,000 inhabitants. So the average German lives in an urban area, but in a relatively small city, if you compare that to India. Germany is also slightly different in that there is no single dominant city, as in the case with London in the UK or Paris in France, for example. Germany is very spread out. So Germany needs solutions for large cities like Berlin, but much more, it needs solutions for more modest towns. Nevertheless, many of these urban areas in Germany share a number of challenges. Expanding cities must ensure that there is enough comfortable, safe, affordable, high-quality housing for urban dwellings. Modernizing physical infrastructure is another huge challenge. There are also needs to be digital infrastructure to support the digital economy, mobility solutions to keep goods and people moving in ever denser cities, and healthcare provision for an aging population. Access to government agencies needs to be improved, and a stable supply of clean electricity, heating, energy for homes and business needs to be ensured. So now, second is how are cities in Germany approaching these challenges? We today discussed about it, that one model cannot be replicated to another city or a climate. So, well, one thing they are doing in Germany is getting smart, meaning digitization, electrification, modernization, and decarbonization. And German cities are keener than ever to get smart. especially in the wake of the coronavirus and in the face of current energy prices. And this renewed drive is creating real market entry opportunities for international businesses. So, what are the hot topics in German cities at the moment? I would like to highlight here a number of, a few, not in a very particular order, so the slide is not there, but e-mobility is one of them. Uh, Second one is logistics, especially last mile deliveries in the inner cities. And then energy, this is a big one. Germany wants to emit 55% less greenhouse gas by 2050 compared to 1960 levels. And it wants 65% of its electricity to come from renewables by 2030 at the latest. To achieve this, we will need everything from smart grids to smart homes, smart energy management systems in the industry, intelligent energy storages, and of course, a lot of renewables. Energy efficiency in building will play a major role in meeting Germany's goal of having its energy consumption by 2050 from 2008 levels. So resilience to climate change is a topic, for example, in Hamburg, which where storm surges are causing ever more flooding. In other areas, drought and high temperatures are becoming a problem. So Germany is already a world leader in recycling, but it wants to establish a true closed loop economy together with the other EU countries. And of course, the classic smart city topics of smart infrastructure, IoT, and e-government are also becoming increasingly central in Germany. Germany's digital association, Bitkom, represents more than 2,700 companies in the digital economy. Bitkom looked at which aspects of a smart city are most common in Germany. What are the German cities focusing on in their digital agendas? All in all, Germany's cities prioritize administration, mobility, and energy and environmental issues. However, in the areas trade, health, and security, which are on focus here, cities in Germany do not currently see themselves as key drivers, which is in contrast to what we heard today about India. So Bitkom releases an atlas which monitors the performance of German cities in its Smart City Atlas. It takes a systematic look at 50 cities in terms of how they are organized, the milestones they have set, their motivations, the extent to which they involve stakeholders and enable participation, the look at projects that have been set up, how they communicate, what they are doing, and the funding that is available to them. So if you're interested in a particular city, check out its entry in our atlas, which is also online available. And then we have an index. However, if you want to know where German smart cities stand today in relation with each other, then the Smart Cities Index is the publication for you. It ranks major cities with at least 100,000 inhabitants. So sometimes in India, you have people attending such weddings with this number. As I mentioned before, there are 81 of those in Germany. All of these cities get analyzed and rated in the areas of administration, IT and telecommunications, infrastructure, energy and environment, mobility and society. Some of the cities that score highly might be surprising, but it's not always the size or the money which matters. For example, Osnabrück jumped to number 8 this year, probably because of its great e-government services. On the other hand, Hamburg once again took first place. But what is that makes Hamburg so smart? For example, the Hamburg Smart Port project is networking the streets, bridges, and locks of Germany's busiest harbor to better coordinate the traffic flow, cutting down on expenditure and emissions. That's not to mention the ongoing partnerships with the international companies working on intelligent traffic control, urban energy management, and new concepts in the city. So I would like to leave you with 5 of the big reasons why I think Germany is interesting for businesses with smart city solutions. Firstly, size is less important than drive. As I mentioned, the smartness of German cities is rather ranked on regular basis. Although large cities like Hamburg, Munich, Cologne are at the top of the smartness list, smaller cities such as Osnabrück are also very important and prominent. And that is important because Germany has 81 cities with more than 100,000 residents, which is very high number if you compare it to the Europe level. Secondly, in many respects, German cities have a certain level of freedom to create their own regulations and run their local administration as they see fit. So this would actually be in alignment to what was mentioned in the panel before, that they cannot be replicated. So people play a very important role in that part. This autonomy provides an opportunity for public-private smart city partnerships. That's a freedom that is not always there in other countries. So just to come back to that Germany is already actively implementing these citizen-oriented models. Thirdly, German cities are actively looking for tech solutions. A recent survey found that 74% of municipal leaders in Germany believe collaboration with outside entities and international partners is essential to smartening up their cities. Fourthly, the national government offers major funding for smart city initiatives in Germany. The Interior Ministry has pledged nearly €1 billion for smart city pilot projects that can be emulated later across the country. And lastly, the coronavirus pandemic is accelerating digitalization in Germany. Furthermore, the recent Online Access Act requires all the governments to make their public administrative services accessible online by the end of this year. In addition to all this, Germany has a world-leading research landscape, highly qualified workers, a wide range of development platforms and smart city projects, fantastic federal funding programs, and a large number of cities with smart city strategies. So I hope in the short period without my slides, I could impress upon you that for companies in the smart city space, Germany is both an interesting market, but also a brilliant place to develop new solutions. So if your business or a business you know is interested in the German market, please do let them know that GTI is here for you to support them. Let's talk about how Germany can work for you. We have, as already mentioned by Dr. Grabherr, that state of Bavaria represented here at the booth number 225. My colleague Asha Maria Sharma, she's an expert, especially came in from Germany, is also present here. So feel free to visit us and have a very successful event and happy networking. Thank you very much.
So please accept this small token of our gratitude and appreciation.